guys, so today I wanted to do kind of like a casual paint with me and talk video. I want to talk about imposter syndrome, Dunning-Kruger effect, and basically just what it's like to turn your personal hobbies into your moneymaker and your business, and how it can just like absolutely destroy creativity and any source of joy that you had from that activity. Because it's something that I've been kind of struggling with for the past, honestly, like 2 years. I just felt like nothing that I made was original or good or worthy of being sold. And honestly, I was selling a lot of original paintings, and then that kind of dropped, and also my willingness to make the paintings also dropped. And I don't know. I know you shouldn't like base your worth on your art based on like who's buying it, but I don't know, it kind of sent a message to me. Today I'm going to try to paint something. It's been a while since I've actually taken paint to canvas, because I always feel guilty about drawing ugly art and then wasting the canvas, and then I end up just like not painting anything at all, and that's dumb. That is dumb, and I'm just going to be in my bad art era. And that's okay, because you have to make bad art to make good art eventually. I hope. So the plan is to do like a Studio Ghibli study, and I want to take like different landscape stills from Studio Ghibli movies and just recreate them for practice, because truly Studio Ghibli is the reason why I love animation, why I love painting, because those, like, the colors are so beautiful, the lighting is so alive, you know? Like, even though it's not necessarily as hyper realistic painting, it feels way more alive than a super realistic oil painting. So that's what we're gonna do. I want to copy this still of Totoro on top of like a big tree. So I'm just painting the background now. But while I'm painting the background, or maybe let me just paint this a little bit more so it's less boring. Okay, well at least that's a little bit more interesting to look at. Okay, so this is something that I learned in college, and I just kind of forgot about it until now. Kind of like everything that I learned in college. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Now, when I hear the last name Kruger, I think of that guy from Attack on Titan. So basically, the gist of the Dunning-Kruger effect is, you know how there's some people who are just so unabashedly wrong about things, but yet they say these things with their whole chest, just so confidently wrong? Or have you ever met a man who believes that he is the next Stanley Kubrick? Or have you ever been on a first date and you're in the car trying to leave, but then he says, "Hey, do you want to hear me rap?" And then he starts freestyling, and then you have to sit there and just I know that every single one of you has had that experience. Don't lie to me. I know that's not just a me. I know this is a common experience of women. I almost forgot my train of thought, but what I'm trying to say here is there is a graph, and on this axis it is confidence, and here is competence. So how much you know about a subject versus how confident you are about said subject. So here we have those men who are at very low competence, but have shockingly high confidence in this subject. Shockingly high. It's kind of like when you meet a child and they want to show you their dance moves, and you say, "Yeah, go ahead," and they proceed to show you something like this. And a good person sits there and goes, "Wow, oh my god, amazing." It's like those children just like grew up and nobody ever told them that they were bad at things, which, you know, bless their hearts. They don't have to live with the horrible curse that is self-perception, because it's basically like you don't know what you don't know, right? So it's like you think that your skill level is all the way up here because you don't know what everybody else can do, what is expected in your field. So you think you're level with everybody else. But once you realize that the skill level is like all the way up here and you're all the way down here, the confidence drops, and then you realize like what a huge gap that there is between you and like the experts. And you just kind of have to get out of that despair and realize that it is okay. We are all learning. It is a journey. Even the most experienced and most talented people are still learning. There's always room. There is no cap. You can always be better. And I was in that pit of despair for just the longest time. I'm still in it. I'm still in the pit of despair. And every time I'm going to finish this and I'm going to hate it. I'm already hating it. But that's okay. I'm just going to stick it out and keep working on it. And if it ends up being bad, then I just need to think of it as a step towards being better. So that's the mindset that I'm trying to cultivate lately. And that is the Dunning-Kruger effect. I think it's important to kind of recognize the problem so that we can, like an AA meeting. Yes, I'm Marilee, and I have a problem. I have an imposter syndrome problem. And everything that I make needs to be perfect on the first try or else I will give up. So I did ask some of my artist friends what are some questions that they hate being asked, that they are frequently asked as artists. And I kind of wanted to share that with you and some of my experiences. So a big one that I just do not get why people ask me, and this is always when I'm at like an in-person booth. Somebody comes up to me and they come up to me and they say, "So, what are this?" That exact grammar, straight into my eyes, with like not asking about any particular item, just, "What are this?" Not even, "What is this?" Because maybe I would have an answer for that, but what are this? If you don't get what it is, you can point to it and be like, "Hey, what is that? What do I do with that?" That makes sense. I know how to answer that. I do not know. It really catches me off guard. And I've been asked this multiple times. Like, this is not just like somebody stumbling on their words. Like, so annoyance level, like, not very high, but it's just strange. Some of my friends get annoyed when people ask if they made it, which, honestly, I don't find very annoying because I've been to a lot of like art fairs to like scope around, and sometimes people have other people, like the artists have people working for them at the booth, so that's a fair question, are you the artist? Did you make this? I mean, if I'm sitting here like painting and you ask me if I painted this, like, yes, I did. I am doing it right now, Some of these questions that people ask is just like a reflex, like word vomit type of thing. Like, they don't really know what to say, and that's just the first thing that comes out of their mouth. And you know what? I forgive you. That is okay. That is okay. I will not forgive you for being rude.
The artist is charging too much money for this. It looks bad. It looks ugly.
Oh, I could get this cheaper somewhere else.
That type of thing. That's very rude. Just keep that to yourself. Like, even if you have those thoughts, I'm not telling you not to have those thoughts. Just, like, don't say them to the person. If I'm working at Kohl's and you say that's an ugly shirt, that's not gonna hurt my feelings. But if I design the shirt and you tell me that the shirt's ugly, like,
that's gonna hurt my feelings. That's me.
just keep it to yourself, Just, that's okay. Not every thought needs to be expressed, and we don't need to say everything that comes into our mind. I've seen people get very, very defensive about when people ask what materials they use to create things. Like, if you asked me what I used to paint this, I used acrylic paint on canvas. And when you go to a museum, it literally says, like, the medium that is used to make the painting. And I know this one girl who blocked me for no reason, really. Like, I cannot think of a reason why she blocked me. But she uses a certain medium of paint and she thinks that it is hers, like she invented it. I just think that if your skill set and your style is so easily replicable that you are afraid that simply telling people the materials that you used will, I don't know, like put you out of business, then you might not be that good in the first place, because you can give me oil paints or a block of marble and I'm not going to be able to do the work that Da Vinci does because I don't have his skill set. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's kind of like that. Does that make sense? Or is that a reach? I just think that, like, if you're good at what you do, people will recognize that. Alright, it's getting kind of dark, so we're going to skip forward to tomorrow. So I decided just to fast forward 2 days into the future and show you the final product, because I did spend a lot of time on this and I'm honestly very happy with the outcome. You see those little sparkles and glitters? Every time I make a painting and then I don't think it's good, all I have to do is add these little sparkles, add these little glitters, and then it's like, wow, amazing. Oh, and I added little hearts too. I'm very happy with the final product. I think it's so cute and I feel like it really boosted my confidence to like actually make something that I like, and I'm really happy that I stuck it out. And one of the biggest things on my vision board for 2022 was to paint more, so hopefully I'm just getting closer to being a better artist. Thanks for watching, guys.